What's up everyone, it's Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Right, today we've got a styly RDA from SXK. Now this one is called Le Concorde. And here it is, sitting on top of the Basium Squonk Dual 18650 Squonk device, which will be being reviewed very shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down low, have a good look around this RDA. We're going to put some wick in the build that I've got in it, see it in squonk mode, and then we're going to come back up top and I'll tell you what I really think of it. So I'll see you down low in a bit. Right, so we're down at the table and we've got Le Concorde by SXK. Now here's the plastic tube box that it comes in, that most 3F vape products do. Inside you'll find the flathead blue screwdriver. We've got a fat Allen key which is used to install the squonk pin. We'll take the regular 510 pin out. And inside the little baggie we've got a selection of O-rings, 4 flathead screws and the regular gold plated 510 because I have the squonk pin installed. Right, and here is the Le Concorde RDA by SXK. So a quick look around the top, you'll notice we've got a removable 510 drip tip, which is always a good thing. And it's got a couple of O-rings to hold it on. Quick look inside the top there. So that just pushes on. Got a nice design going on around the top here. Very nice looking, well machined RDA. There's no rough edges or anything like that. Quick look on the bottom. You notice we've got the original company's branding on there because this is a one-to-one replica. The Concorde, and we've got the gold-plated squonk pin installed, and there is a peak insulator surrounding it. Let's just zoom in a little bit and have a quick look at that. So all very good. Right, we'll just put it on a mod now. Got the Basium mod here by Vaping Biker and Dovpo in the stainless steel finish. Very nice mod, this one. Just get it to focus a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, testing this mod out at the moment, Dual 18650 squonk device, and first impressions, it really is a good one. So keep your eyes peeled for the review for that. But if you notice on the top here, we've got 3 air holes, which this top cap will spin and you can adjust it. So you can close off the airflow hole, so you can have 2 there, or you can just have the one by just turning the one-piece top cap. Now if you actually take this top cap off, you'll notice like we've got like a cyclops part there, and on the other side we've got the single air hole. So have a quick look at the actual deck here. We've got the O-ring around the bottom to make the seal. Here are these 3 holes. Just on one side the airflow comes on this one. So here is the deck. We'll zoom it right in and have a good look at this. There you go. So we've got positive post on this side. You can just see the circular part. We've got the peak insulator surrounding it. This is the negative post. So you're basically a single core latty. So you have, the way I've done it there, I've got the cord installed already, or you can have it on the other side, so you can have one leg there and one over here. So the juice well in this isn't particularly that deep, about 2 or 3 millimeters, but you can just see there the squonk pin there, so you've got a nice large squonk hole, so it's really good for squonking, this particular one. And this is how I have my coil mounted. So if you look at the side, I've got it so it's just hitting the bottom underside of the coil, and the flavour really is good like that. So just zoom back out again. So if you did want to use just the one airflow hole, you can line it up with the center hole on the base there. So now you can have more of a restrictive mouth to lung style draw. Now I haven't actually tried it in this mode because I just think this works really well with putting this Cyclops style bit down and having all three airflow holes open. Get a nice restrictive direct to lung vape. So now we're going to put some wick in this. Right, so the core diameter, inner diameter is 3 millimeters in this one. This is stainless steel, I think it's a fused Clapton or a tricore fused Clapton. So I've just got my strip of cotton bacon. You can use whatever cotton you like. I just prefer using cotton bacon in my RDAs because it works really well. So just twist one end, poke it through. Obviously I've got this core bedded in already, but obviously when you're doing your own, you want to make sure you've rid all the hot spots. Right, we've got it in squonk mode, so we really don't need too much cotton with this. Somewhere around about there should be fine. Right, let's zoom it in a little bit and then we'll have a look at that squonk in action. There we go. So you really don't need much of a press with this one because it hasn't got much of a juice well. Nice big squonk hole. So there you can see it's nicely juiced up. So all we need to do now is put the top cap back on. And then we'll go back up top and I'll tell you what I think of the Le Concorde by SXK. Back up top with the Le Concorde by SXK. Right, let's go through a few of the specs. It's 22 millimeters in diameter and it's probably not much more in height. And it takes your 510 drip tips, which is good because you can put your preferred one on it. But I actually quite like the one that's on it, a nice low profile, and it complements it very well. And I also think with this Basium mod being in stainless with the black top, it's a killer combination. I absolutely have been getting on with this rather a lot. Yeah, so it's 22 millimeters. It's made from stainless steel 316. Single cord only, and we've got the Palmore Delrin drip tip. Right, so what do I think of it then? Well, the overall build quality, as you would expect from SXK, is absolutely flawless. It's absolutely a nice chunk of stainless steel. All the machining and the finishing and everything, it's just a really delightful RDA to look at. Like there's no rough edges, no burr marks, anything like that. And I'm just really pleased with the actual fit and finish and the build quality of this. One thing to say though, much like the Supersonic, this build deck, as you saw down low, you've got to get your screws to trap the leads. So it's not the easiest one to build on. Like say you're a beginner, it's probably better with thinner gauge wire or flat wire. Like the cord I've got in here is like a flat fused Clapton, so it's not much of a trouble. But you really need, when you're screwing down, is to like get your other hand on like a pair of ceramic tweezers, like pushing the lead under the screw when you screw it down, and use your coiling rod. And then the same on the other side, and you shouldn't have any problems. There's sometimes though you might screw it down and then the lead sort of jumps out. So it might take you a couple of goes, but once you get it in there, it stays in there very nicely. Now I've got the airflow raise like I showed you down below, so the air is actually hitting the bottom underside of the core, much like the Supersonic, because this does remind me of it. Apart from the Supersonic, we got the airflow coming from both sides. With this one, it's literally coming from the one side. It is good though that you've got the option of having either the 3 holes or just using the single hole. So you can try and get a really restrictive direct to lung, or like turn the wattage down a bit and try and go for a mouth to lung. I haven't really tried it in mouth to lung mode because for me, 3 holes open is perfect. I've got it at 38.5 watts and a 0.31 build. So let's just give you a little toot, shall we? Really nice, pleasurable vape, this one. The airflow's nice and smooth. I say absolutely, I've been getting on with this really so much that I haven't really got any cons for it. I suppose one thing you could say, when you're adjusting the airflow, it will just keep spinning round. And yeah, so if you go to take it off the mod, sometimes it might not come off because there's no stoppers on it. But apart from that, I can't really find anything else to fault this particular RDA. I suppose some could argue that it'd be nice to have a 810 fitting drip tip and maybe the 510 drip tip adapter. But apart from that, yeah, no quibbles at all. So let's just have one more toot. Right, that was 38.5. I'm just going to pump it up a little bit. Let's put it up to 50 watts. Yeah, one thing you will notice with this, it's definitely designed for lower wattages. When you go up to 50, there is really good flavour, but it does start to become a little bit too hot for me. Others might find it okay, but this is where I think an 810 fitting drip tip would have benefited. But like I say, I normally vape it around 40, 43, 38 watts, depending on what sort of mood I'm in. And the flavour is really banging on this. No spit back, nothing like that. It's just, this is going to be one that's staying in my rotation. It's another top styly atomizer from SXK, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I still think my Le Supersonic is beating it slightly for flavour, but this one definitely is good, and it looks good as well, and it matches this mod a treat. So a big thumbs up to SXK, knocks it out the park again. And yeah, the price I paid, I think it was something absolutely ridiculous. I think it might have even been $10.99 from 3F Vape in China. So for that sort of money, he's talking £7. So like, it's worth a punt, even if you don't like it. But yeah, that is it. A thorough recommendation from me. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, please give it a little cheeky thumbs up, because it really does help the analytics and helps the channel grow. For anyone new that's watching, you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell notification. You'll get notified of all my latest videos. And you can also find me on my website. It's mfvape.co.uk. Also Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.